Caffeine and Coils, and I'm Deanna.
And I'm Jenny. All right. Guess what our hot topic is today?
What is it?
It is your survival guide to surviving HVAC trade shows. Aren't you excited?
I am excited.
Okay, so there's so many different trade shows that you can choose from in our industry, which is awesome because first off, they're pretty fun, especially if you're an extrovert like me. But you also, it's such an opportunity to network and learn and all the things. So we're going to talk all about that. Okay, but first I want you to...
Do you have tips for introverts?
That's where you come in.
Okay.
That's where you come into play.
All right, I'll give my 2 cents.
I would love to give tips, but yeah, I don't know what it's like.
I don't have that problem.
I don't know what it's like to be introverted, so I need all the tips for that. Share your very first trade show experience.
For me, I guess it was our dealer meeting, and that was in 2023.
Okay, so what?
No, 2024. Sorry.
Was it what you expected?
I mean, yeah, because I've obviously I had seen pictures and I've seen things about it, but I've never been to one myself. It was overwhelming as an introvert because it was so loud. There's a band playing, and then there's like all the people and people talking and walking around, and there's just a lot going on. But it was nice. Like if you can get to a booth and start talking to someone, you can kind of drown out all the noise behind you and just kind of get focused in on your conversation that you're having with that person. And that was nice. And getting free stuff is always nice too.
Absolutely. That's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
So my first experience at a trade show was actually in the tool industry, and it was at FabTech in Atlanta. And let me just tell you, think about our dealer meeting and times it by probably 15. Like there probably was well over 600 different booths. It was like insane how big it was. So I'm going to give you all the tips to surviving a big show or a small show because no matter what, it's pretty much the same depending on, depending on what it is. But so what is one thing that stood out to you from a vendor or the show itself that you've been to, or any of the shows that you've been to?
What is one thing that stood out?
Yeah. You want me to go first while you think?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, so the one thing that stands out is we had a vendor at our show, at the last trade show or last dealer meeting we had in 2024, and their product focuses on killing germs and sanitizing and things like that. And so at their booth, they had like little stuffed germs. Like one was the stomach bug and one was like, I don't know, there's like different ones. She had all these different ones hung up. And it was like such a cute little way to talk about their product. And then she would like pull one down and say like, it kills this germ and it kills that germ and it, this virus and stuff, which was such a cute little thing. So yeah. I loved that.
So the one I'm thinking of is we had it at our trade show at the dealer meeting, but then also one of the conventions that I went to for design. But the one at the dealer meeting, they had a couch set up, and I think that's a really unique way to get people to come to your booth because people want to maybe sit down and get comfy, and then you can talk to them about whatever. And then the other one that I saw was a podcast at that design thing that I went to, and it had a whole couch set up, and so that brings a lot of attention to the podcast, obviously. So I was thinking maybe it's something we could do in the future.
Yeah, we definitely should do that at the next dealer meeting. I know that's actually funny that you bring that up because that is one of the first times I've seen like someone have a couch in their booth. Was the first dealer meeting that I was a part of for Mingledorf's, and that couch is never empty.
Yeah.
I mean, never empty. And it's part of it is because most of these shows take place in places where it's a concrete floor and you are exhausted. I mean, it is so tiring to walk around that many booths, talk to that many people, and be on your feet all day, especially if you don't have comfortable shoes on. So it's like such an important thing. So pro tip, bring a couch to your booth or any kind of seating that's comfortable, and your booth will never be empty.
And it's a good networking opportunity because you sit down, maybe you're by yourself or maybe you have one other person with you and someone else can come sit down next to you and then you can kind of talk. Yeah. So it's like a nice conversational thing that you can do as well.
I think one of the biggest things to remember about trade shows is that there's opportunity for everything, like building relationships with vendors, seeing new trends. You'll see a lot of new technology, people demoing their products and things like that. Business strategies, like there's a lot of software companies that come. There's consultants that typically have booths and can kind of help guide you on different strategies and offer their services for you. So if you're like in the pivotal moment of building your business or, you know, anything like trying to grow your business or sell your business or maybe you're handing it down to the next generation, there's always opportunities to meet people who've either been through that or can help you through that stuff at trade shows. And then, like I said, there's usually demos and you can see the product hands-on. And the people who attend the shows are usually super knowledgeable about their product and can answer any questions you would have about it too. I think one of the biggest things that helps me from a trade show perspective is to plan. So typically you'll get like an app ahead of time that's like your know before you go, and all the vendors will be listed in that app. So the biggest thing for me is like, okay, let me like go through and prioritize who I want to see first, like who's the most important, and then who I'd like to see, and then who it's like, okay, if I have time, I'll go there too. That's like a huge deal as far as just planning, listing in advance, and setting your goals. So like, what are you wanting to get out of the trade show? Are you wanting to get trained on new products? Are you wanting to just network with people? Are you wanting to see something specific? So just having all of that in mind before you step foot in the trade show is such a game changer, because then you like go through and check off all the things you want to do first, and then you can network and meet with new people or kind of see what else is out there if you don't recognize some of the vendors that are there.
That's a good tip.
Another thing that is so crucial for me when I know I'm attending a show is to pack smart. So I know I always want to look like so cute with my heels and dresses and everything else, but depending on like where you're traveling to, weather dependent, a lot of times like the hotels for the show will book up really fast. So then you're staying in a different hotel and you typically have to walk or, you know, get an Uber or whatever. You want to make sure that you dress for the weather, but you also want those comfortable shoes. Like I said, most of this stuff happens on a concrete floor, so you want to make sure that you have the right shoes. I always try to carry a notebook too, just to like write down notes. A lot of times I'll meet up with people that I've met before or know about or know of them, and then, you know, like make a note like, hey, reach out to XYZ, get their business card, that kind of stuff. And you also want to have business cards of your own.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
To hand out, because a lot of these people will want to reach out to you after the show, just depending on what they're, you know, what you guys talked about or what you want to do moving forward with that contact information. Also, pro tip, if you don't want to carry actual business cards, there's a lot of apps that you showed me one that's a digital business card. Now, with the RFID stuff on your phone, you can usually just like tap or like butt the phones up together and the contact information will transfer.
Or like scan a QR code.
Absolutely.
And we did that for the dealer meeting for the podcast. We had our QR code for the podcast on our home screen.
Yeah, that was actually nice. And it was like such a simple way to kind of get people directed in the right direction to listening. So
they also sell RFID chips or like stickers that you can put on things. So if you wanted to get one of those and put your information on it, they're on Amazon. You can program them.
One of our marketing, so all contractor marketing, we had Michelle on. They started making metal business cards, and it has like an RFID chip in it, but it's embroidered, like not embroidered, it's engraved with Mingledorff's and then my name, and that was really nice. So if you guys want one of those, reach out to Michelle with All Contractor
Yeah.
because I love that. Like, I just stick that down in my badge because usually you get like a lanyard with a badge. And then I just kind of like, it'll swipe right through the plastic and everything. So,
Yeah, that's really nice.
yeah, I love having that. Don't forget to network with new people. So, this is like your opportunity to meet all kinds of experts in the industry. So that's huge. And grab swag. They all bring stuff. A lot of the vendors bring stuff and they want to give it away. So they definitely don't want to fly home with it. So they don't mind giving it out to you while you're there.
And I'll say, as an introvert, just remember there's other introverts out there in that same room with you. So don't assume, I had a false assumption that like everybody's just going to be so energetic and like happy to be here. But, I could connect with some people that were like, oh, this is like overwhelming. You're not alone.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You can connect with people that are on your level, and you can go sit on the couch together and talk about what you're seeing at the trade show.
Exactly. And, don't forget to, another tip is just don't forget to have fun while you're there. Like, as overwhelming as it is, just remember, like, you're going to have time to recharge and, refill your batteries when you get back to your hotel room and you're by yourself. So, but it is an opportunity to have fun and get to know people and connect in that way. Another tip is pace yourself. So, especially when you're going to one of those shows that has like 4 different halls that all have, 150 booths at each. Don't fly through it because typically the shows like that last a couple of days. So you'll have a couple days to visit each hall, and you want to spend the time that you need at each booth to learn what you need to learn and connect with who you need to connect with. So, and take breaks when you need it because, you're going to need it. For huge shows, you're going to need it. So just, there's nothing wrong with just taking a minute to sit and catch your breath and answer some emails or unplug for a second and just recharge. So after hours, typically a lot of these shows, they'll want to, you'll have vendors or customers to entertain, or they want to take you out to dinner and that kind of stuff. Sometimes those nights run a little long and we have a little too much fun, but my tip is to know your limits. The burnout is real after walking a show and networking all day. Even as an extrovert, sometimes my batteries are empty by the end of the show.
Yeah.
So just know your limits and know when to say, okay, it's time for me to go answer emails or go to bed or whatever.
Stare at the wall.
Yeah, stare at the wall. I like that one. After the show, organize your notes and business cards and follow up with anybody you wanted to connect with. Make those LinkedIn connections because I know a lot of times it's easy for me to misplace a business card and your contact information, but I know if I've connected with you on LinkedIn, I at least have that avenue to reach out to you and get, kind of circle back around and get the information that I need if I need to send you an email from my work email. So that's always a good tip. I love being able to connect with people on LinkedIn. And then take advantage of being in a room full of experts. Don't be intimidated, especially if you are new to the industry.
Right. Just take your time, ask people questions. They're happy. That's what they're there for. They're happy to talk to you about, their product or even other attendees. You can bounce ideas off of them. And I feel like our industry is really good about collaborating. I think we've talked about that a little bit before on the podcast. But, people aren't afraid to help each other out and collaborate in our industry.
And even if you're there, like, hosting a booth, typically, like, people love to talk between booths. So, like, if there's 4 contractors lined up in a row, typically they're going to talk to each other and be nice and all that kind of stuff. So definitely take advantage of that, too, if you're behind the table at the trade show.
Yeah.
All right, so I have a fun ender for you.
Okay, I'm excited.
It's a classic, 2 truths and a lie, but it is trade show style. So, all right, round 1. I once attended a show that had a booth giving away free tattoos. I've seen Teslas shuttling people around shows in Vegas. Or then the last one booth was giving out free beers on tap.
The lie is tattoos.
That is not the line. So I did attend a show when I was in the tool industry. It was called Concrete World or something. I don't know. I don't remember what it was. But Bosch was there, and they had tattoo artists inside their booth, and they had like a menu board of tattoos that you could pick from.
That's
and
so
they would tattoo
cool.
you. Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I love that. I thought that was so interesting. I don't think we would, I'm not sure if we could ever get that approved here. But listen, give me a Minkledorf's M tattoo.
Yeah. I know
Just
a guy.
kidding.
I'll see if he's interested.
So I have heard about people getting shuttled around in Teslas in Vegas, but I actually haven't witnessed it myself. And then there actually was so that was the lie, but there actually was a trade show that I went to in Atlanta. I think it was AHR, that there was a booth giving away free beers on tap. You should have seen their line.
I bet. It was out the building.
Long. Yeah, and it was like the middle of the day, and I'm like, wow, like y'all are brave. Y'all are brave.
Yeah.
But I guess, maybe it'll take the edge off for the Atlanta traffic.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, round 2. I saw a robot dog walking around the expo floor. One booth had an actual dunk tank to show off waterproof controls. Or one show, I broke my wedges walking back to the hotel.
The lie is the robot dog.
That is not the lie.
Dang it.
Yeah, I saw that at AHR too. AHR is like such a good show, but it's a huge, huge show. It's like one of those shows that you can't do in one day. I've never seen a dunk tank, but I think maybe we need a dunk tank.
That would be cool.
That would be so fun. But I don't want to be the one dunked.
I have a couple of people in mind.
But at the last dealer meeting, when I was walking home, like walking back to the hotel after we'd went out after the festivities, one of my favorite shoes broke. One of my wedges broke. And I'm like still sad. I'm still looking for like a close comparison, and I haven't found anything yet. Okay, round 3. I saw a booth that was raffling off bourbon as their giveaway. One booth had a full-size bounce house to draw people in. One company had a VR headset demo that let you fly through ductwork like you were the airflow.
The ductwork one is a lie.
Yeah, that one's a lie.
Okay. That would be cool, though.
Listen, I could have done more, but I don't know if they would have been appropriate.
Yeah.
But that's all I have for today. So good luck. A trade show season is coming. And so good luck to everyone.
Good luck to me.
Yeah, good luck to all the introverts.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's all we have for you today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe.